The topic of this video, as you can probably tell from the title or the thumbnail, is about working hard and actually getting results. People don't fail because they don't work hard enough. They fail because they're working hard in the wrong direction with no structure or end goal. If hard work alone was enough, there'd be a lot more rich people than there is. The farmer who works 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the mountains of Peru would be better off than you are in your first world country with access to the internet, with access to mentors, resources, schooling system, and just general support in your endeavors. Achieving results come around 5 main principles that I'm going to cover in this video. And you may be thinking, what qualifies me to be able to talk on such things? So a bit about me if you don't know already. I launched a cleaning company when I was 22 years old. I'm a professional fighter and I've been working full-time and I've had full-time positions in the tech world in pretty high pressure jobs, to be honest. What qualifies me to talk about hard work and results? When I started my first business, I was a very inexperienced entrepreneur. It took tenacity and a commitment to learning to get it off the ground and start earning 5 figures, which I achieved in under 2 years. I've now transferred into the consulting mentorship side of things. I have a bunch of mentees in the business world and also life coaching. I've been a career mentor for a few years where I talk to young people and help them get to the goals that they want, strategically plan out their schooling journey and what to do after they finish school. I'm also a performance coach, so I help people get more done in their day than they thought they could, getting rid of those mental limitations that a lot of you guys have. Through this video, I'm going to share the 5 principles I've picked up through books and from my own experience, incorporating thought exercises, mindset, and action points which will produce a tangible difference in your trajectory, whether that's in business or in life. Principle number 1, ruthless clarity. This principle requires you to be very honest with yourself. Most people say things like, I want to be successful, I want my business to be pushing 5 figures a month, I want to improve my life, I want to achieve more. That's not a goal, that's a wish. Your brain cannot and will not execute ambiguity. Instead of asking, what do I want? Ask yourself these questions. What exactly do I want to achieve? By when and how will I measure it? If you can't measure it, you can't work towards it. Write down, by X date, I will achieve X result. Measured by this outcome. Clarity removes confusion, and confusion is the biggest killer of progress. You also need to incorporate realistic optimism. So you need to know what is actually achievable in the time frame that you set yourself. If it's too ambitious and not really realistic, you will lose your own motivation. If you truly believe you can achieve whatever you've written down, there is no way that motivation or drive will diminish. Be aspirational, but be realistic. Principle number 2, this one requires even more honesty from yourself and an understanding on your own limitations. We spoke about your goal in principle number 1. Now, principle number 2 is identifying why you're not there yet. There's no dramatic reason. It's a specific thing that you either haven't done or made progress on. Identify whatever that is. Most people avoid this step because it's uncomfortable. It means coming to terms with the fact you haven't done anything towards what you said, anything with impact. Thought exercise, ask yourself this question and fill in the answer. If I had to be truthful, the real reason why I'm not where I want to be is, fill in the answer. Could be a skill gap, could be a lack of knowledge, could be a poor use of your time, which is very common. Could be fear disguised as waiting for the right time. Every result has a cause, and if there's no result, something's missing. So once you've identified the one constraint holding you back, work out what you're going to do to overcome it. Do you need to learn something? Do you need to buy? Do you need to commit a certain amount of your day towards set cause? Do you need to have a conversation with somebody more knowledgeable in the industry? Do you need to watch a YouTube video? Principle number 3, a non-negotiable commitment. Eliminate the option to quit. I've got a fight coming up. I know I have to commit to a fight camp. That's training twice a day for over 6 to 12 weeks. I'm cutting weight, I'm training, I'm tired, but there is actually no option to quit. If I care about my health and I care about winning and not losing, I'm going to train as hard as I can because I know somebody else out there is doing the exact same thing. The fight game is a lot to do with your health. If you don't perform, you could get seriously hurt in the ring. That's an example of taking that option away that you can quit. Related to business as well. If you have your clear goal, which you've already identified earlier, and you've committed to that goal, you know the only way to get there is by continuous focus on set outcome. Most people rely on motivation and that's why they quit. High performers only rely on decisions. Stop asking yourself, do I feel like doing this today? Using the phrase, this is happening. The question is, how long is it going to take? Commitment isn't about the intensity. It's about removing the exit so you have no choice. Write this down. For the next 12 months, no matter how I feel, I will do X. Quitting is no longer an option, and you have that mindset, your brain starts to find solutions rather than excuses. Principle number 4, a structured execution. Build a system that forces progress. Everybody's life's different. So first you're gonna need to audit yourself, work out what you can actually commit to and what will work for your personal day to day. You may have a 9 to 5, you may go gym at set time, you may be committed to learning a new language. Your goals need to align with what's feasible for you to do in your day to day. So when I started my first business, I had a timetable. I'd go to training. After training, I'd spend a minimum 3 hours a night doing deep work towards the business. In the morning, I'd wake up, do my day job. Lunchtime, I would plan out what I'm gonna work on in the evening and then go back to my day job, training, then work on the business. That is a structure and a routine I was able to follow. Obviously, it took a lot of caffeine and limited hours of sleep, but I managed to get it done and get the result that I was looking for. Working hard without structure will just make you busy. That busyness can lead to burnout because you're not seeing enough results to keep you locked in and incentivized to work as hard as you can. In the fight game, there's a saying, you don't get tired if you're winning. If your head's getting punched when it's a 5th round and you got 30 seconds left, you're gonna feel tired. But if it's a close fight and now you're winning the final 30 seconds, you're gonna find that energy to finish them off. Same principle applies to life. If you're not getting results from the work that you're putting in, you're gonna get demotivated and your brain is gonna tell you you don't have the energy to keep on going. That's why you need to knock that barrier down and work out what is actually gonna work for yourself. A routine you can actually stay committed to. You don't need to do everything, you just need to do the right things consistently. A simple system that I used, and so can you. 3 to 5 focused work sessions a week. So that's deep work with no distractions for minimum 1 hour at a time. Scheduling 3 to 5 of those. Each time you sit down to do your work, write down the outcomes and deliverables you need to achieve within set time frame. And the idea is, if you plan it, you know what's feasible and what's not feasible. People write down a ridiculously long to-do list, get through 30% of it and think, how am I gonna finish all of this? And that's where they go wrong. Have the task down, have the outcome down, and write down how much time you're gonna put towards doing. And during this time, eliminate all distractions. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, don't even check your emails. If it's not in your calendar, it's not real. If it's not on your whiteboard, it's not gonna materialize. Your schedule reveals your true priorities and not just your intentions. Principle number 5, external accountability. So the first 4 principles, we talked about being true to yourself and understanding what you can actually do on a feasible. So that's keeping yourself accountable. Once you bring the universe and other energies and other people into consideration and they're keeping you accountable as well, it is very hard to stop what you're doing, especially if you're in the public eye or just in the eye of people watching. Me, I'm a Muslim. So at the end of the day, I know Allah's watching and I know that if I stop working towards what I want to do, He's watching, He's judging. There's more to it than just me. If you're not religious, speak your words into the universe. Every night, speak out what you're looking to do and your goals. If you do this for 5 days straight, I guarantee you, you'll feel guilty. If ever you stop working, you'll feel guilty because the universe knows it's heard what you're going to try and do and you're not doing it. You should feel the pressure from the external forces that you've spoken into. You want to be speaking to people, your close friends, your close family. Let them know what you're doing. Don't keep it a secret and then use the strategy of popping out when it works. It's unrealistic and not needed. It's only ever relevant and that only ever works if you're surrounded by haters, which hopefully you're not. When expectations exist outside of you, performance rises. That's why deadlines work. That's why coaches across any sector of life are very effective. They keep you accountable. And that's why public commitment works. Me, for example, I'd like to say I'm very strong-minded and I work as hard as I can to my own ability. But I know, and I'm not ignorant to the fact that if my coach is in my corner or my coach is in my ear, I'm going to perform that 10% better. I cannot explain it in a physical sense, but someone else's words and energy being put into whatever you're doing is going to give you that extra boost. Silence protects comfort. Exposure promotes growth. Action step, tell one person you care about what you're doing. Even a bigger step, tell social media what you're doing. It doesn't even need to be a personal brand. Post it on your personal Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it may be, exactly what you're looking to build in the next 6 months or the outcome you're looking to achieve in the next 6 months. This ain't about universe powers, this is about alignment. When your actions match your words, opportunities start noticing you. Hard work isn't the problem most of the time. In this day and age, it's about staying focused and not distracted. We have mobile phones, laptops, emails flowing in, WhatsApp groups flowing in. We've got commitments outside of our working day. We've got gym to go to. We've got friends down the road. These are distractions. The hard work is staying focused and ignoring those distractions for a sustained amount of time to achieve your outcome. For example, you can go to the gym in the morning, do your 9 to 5, reply to all your friends, then start working on your business for a bit, then go back to watching TV, then start your business a bit, then go back to bed. That might sound like a crazy productive day. You've got to include in your fitness, your social, your business, and your working day. If you're looking for a balanced life and you're content with where you're at, a schedule like that does make sense. But if you have a specific goal or outcome, your schedule should be based around achieving that as soon as possible. If it's business, for example, you can still go to the gym, you can still go to work. But when it's time to work on your business, deep work mode, you eliminate distractions, and you may have to cut out your social, or you may have to cut out your gym, or you may have to cut out your lunch break. There's something that you're going to need to sacrifice in order to achieve what you want to achieve within time frame. Because you've got to think of it on a deeper level. Nothing's going to change unless something changes. You don't need a new year. You don't need more motivation. These 5 principles seriously. You have a clear goal and you have a clear outcome you want to achieve. 6 months from now, you'll be in a totally different position. If this has helped you, subscribe to my channel. Find me on social media at zworks.co. This channel is about execution and not excuses. Theory is great. There's a bunch of YouTubers talk about theory and how to do things. If they're not telling you, or if no one's showing you exactly how to do it and achieve the outcome you want with precision and clarity, what was the point? You know, we don't want to be consumers of knowledge, we want to be action takers. Amongst action takers are people who work hard without getting results and trying to steer you away from that and work hard to get the results that you want. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe. Any thoughts, opinions, or comments, drop them in the comments. See you guys on the next one.